Hello. So I've talked about this off and on. I know sometimes, depending on where you catch me, I talk about this more often in my group, The Practical Mystic. But I have had a community for the last couple years called the Business Universe. But I've recently gone through a really huge rebrand after 2 years of having that membership community that was specifically for healers that were building businesses. There was just something that needed to be expanded and broken open a little bit. So I have really changed everything in that community. And it's now called, at least for now, because when I renamed it, I said that Spirit told me rename it. It can't carry the same name and have the same energy. So maybe it'll change. But for now, the community is called Just Do It Already. Just Do It Already. And it's for heart centered creatives and healers, people that want to make a difference with what they're creating, that want to share a message and share their unique frequency towards into what they're creating. So for some people, that's writing a book. For other people, they're content creators. For others, it's going to be in the form of like courses or a group program. But everything that I've been revamping in this space is wanting to help people that need like a balanced energy, because I feel like when I'm creating things in this space, since there's 4 different live calls that we do every single month in the community, that I want to bring a balance between the yin and the yang energies of creation. So on the yin, on the more feminine side, it's supporting your inner world and knowing that if there's blocks that you have, if there's fears that you have, it doesn't matter if you've taken a million fucking courses. If you don't deal with the internal stuff, you're never gonna do it. You're not gonna do the thing. And so I really want to make sure that people feel supported and that they have somebody that can work with them and be with them through those creative blocks that come up. Because when you're sharing your message, and the people and the healers that I work with, it's really vulnerable. It's you, it's your story, it's your essence and your beingness that's going into what you're creating. So I really do feel like it would be a real missed opportunity if we were just leaning into like the logistical and the actionable sides of getting things done. But again, there's a balance. So 2 of the 4 live calls that we have are more on the yin or the feminine side of creation energy. So there's going to be one class, and I know that this gets makes people nervous, that's fully based on somatics and movement. I have had tons of breakthroughs the more connected that I've been with my body, and the more that I've been able to use movement and dance to make sure that the emotional cycles are moving. And I feel like there's a few ways that I use it. If I'm feeling an energy or a block, then I'll use dance and movement to help me cycle the energy and move my body. And oftentimes there's some kind of a release. Sometimes there's crying. Sometimes there's different emotions that just move through me. But it helps me feel just more in my body and using my body rather than just my mind and like my logical thinking. And you move things much faster. You move energy and you create what you want much faster when you know how to use your body. So I'm really excited, and specifically with this dance and somatic practice class that was just added to the community, there are going to be some guest teachers and leaders that are going to be coming in to bring in different kinds of movement practices. So one of the 4 calls is movement and somatic based. The other call that's more, I would call, on the yin and feminine side of the energies, is dealing with the subconscious mind. So sometimes we're doing business divination. I don't do card pulls live as often anymore out for my lives, but I do oftentimes do card pulls and readings for the people that are in my membership community. I will drop a link for you, because basically what I'm doing, because I believe in this space so much, and number one, I feel like there's probably people that are out there that maybe they can't make an investment in their business right now, but if they can benefit for 30 days, even if they cancel at the end of it, then great. Come in, no questions asked, cancel at the end. But the other part is when I'm offering something really new and maybe a little bit outside of the box of what you've experienced, I want people to just come in and get a taste, because I know that if you do decide to continue for live calls and for support for 57 a month after the 30 days, like that's a great fucking deal. And we get some results. We get podcast launch, we get workbooks out into the world. People are getting their courses out there. So I know that these processes work. And I will put the link again if you want to sign up and start your 30 days for free. So the second of the four live calls, again, subconscious based, sometimes it's business divination, and we're working with energetics, we're working with your subconscious mind. Whenever you're doing card pulls or getting a reading, what we're actually doing is saying, hey, let's see what's going on within your subconscious energy field and what's actually happening, and let's bring it into conscious awareness by bringing it in with a reading. Other times I'm doing hypnotic meditations on very, very targeted, specific things that I see people feeling challenged with. And if we just have a conscious awareness of it and we're logically trying to figure it out, again, it doesn't work as fast. So these are practices that are working with the subconscious mind and the body, which is connected to the subconscious mind, so that we can create change faster. The other side of it is, I would call it the more yang or the more masculine practices in business, since we always want to have a balance of making sure that we're not just staying in the internal world, but we're actually taking what you're creating and we're bringing it out into the world. So Content Cafe is the third of the four calls that we have each month. That one is a 3-hour time block. I create a guided experience in the first like 15 to 20 minutes of the call to bring everyone together. And then everyone goes into their own personal breakout rooms to work on your project. So whatever you're working on, I often say like, hey, what's the thing that's going to be most impactful that you've also been putting off? Let's do that. And I found that people are getting so much done, and they're like, we had the first one last month and people are like, oh my gosh, I've been putting this off for months. Oh my gosh, I've had a really hard time getting this started. And I feel like there's just so many things about creating this virtual co-working space that work really well. Help me move past my block on my emails. Yes. Thank you, Simone. Yes, it really does, right? So Content Cafe um is cool because I feel like it's like a get shit done experience, and you don't have to stay for the full 3 hours. But what I do is, after getting you into like the flow, get you frequency first into what you're doing with your content, I'll pop in on you from time to time. I'll check in on you in your breakout room. So I'm like your personal creative doula. And if you do have a block or you do have something that's coming up, you have someone there to help you work through it or to ask your questions about it to keep you moving. And I feel like it's a really simple concept, but it's just really valuable. And I've had such great feedback on this call. And then the last of the four calls, the live calls that we have each month, is a live coaching call, and it varies in topic. So we just had this one last week, and that one was about like tiny habits and really identifying what our focus was for the month, and really identifying, okay, what are the small things that are going to make a big impact if I show up and I do them repeatedly. So again, out of the four live calls that I lead, we have a really wide variety of experiences that really balance between the yin and the yang of the creative energies, but everything is really focused on you getting your message out there, you getting your creative projects out there, and me being your creative doula to help you through both like the inner work of fears, resistance, blocks, and the outer work of actually getting it done and getting it out there. In addition to like the guest teachers that I was talking about, Simone is also going to be opening up one of her calls and having that be available for all people that are involved in the Just Do It Already community. So I'm always looking for more ways either to have guest teachers or other kinds of calls and collaborations so you get a lot of different access to energy in a short amount of time, and you can pick and choose what you want to go to. So again, all included if you decide to do the 30-day free trial, and if you don't want to keep going, then no questions asked. But I do feel like a lot of you are gonna love it, and I feel like I know that like I always look at can I 10x the value of something? So if the cost it to continue is 57 a month, can I 10x the value? Oh fuck yeah, like more than that, more than 10x the value for you, because there's a lot like when it comes to creating like I feel like as a creative and a healer, the creation process is really vulnerable. And so just like if you would get a doula, for instance, because I'm really changing up what I call myself rather than just a coach. It's about someone that's going to be there with you. And I'm not teaching you a specific type of cookie cutter creative, process. I'm looking at what your creative process is. I'm noticing how you most access your creative energies and your message and helping to help you to be aware of that and to create a process that helps you move more of your projects into the world with like ease and pleasure and fun if it's feeling like kind of bound up and a little scary for you right now. Also, within the membership, this is also the place where you get access to all of my courses and all of my digital products. So I have right now in there the Upwork course, the Manifesting Clients with Upwork course, which is amazing, and I feel like I haven't always wanted to be on social media with all the algorithm changes. Having a source where you can find clients that isn't reliant on social media is super important, and it gives you a lot of peace of mind. So that's why I teach people about Upwork and how to find clients in other ways. I have my course that's specifically for healers. That's a guided experience that takes you through including the Upwork course, like a paced experience for 5 months if you're a new healer and you're wanting to get your business built. So that course is included in this. I also have the daily practices course of really, intentional reality creation and how to take 30 minutes in the beginning of your day and to create what you want. And Craig and I created that course together. That's the newest one, and it's included in this. My workbook, the digital version of the Business Universe workbook is in there. So there's a lot of things that I basically just include and you get access to during the time that you're in the membership. So there's, 4 live calls and all that stuff, 30-day free trial. And again, I get these downloads and I listen to spirit and I say, hey, what do you want me to do? And they said, give it away for free for 30 days. So I do it. I said, okay. And that's what I do. So let me know. I will put the link in there and you'll see that it says like 30-day free trial on there. I'm not going to give away for 30 days for free forever. But for right now, in the spirit of this relaunch, I want as many people as possible enjoying these experiences, benefiting from them, having your energy adding to it. So let me know if you would like to join us. I would love to help you get your projects out into the world. Mwah. I'll see you soon. Mhm.